What's poppin', y'all? It's your girl Team Stacy, and I'm back with another YouTube video. And if you're new to my channel, hello, and if you're a return subscriber, what's up?
I just saw a bad little John exercising, baby, disappear run. Cougar bitch, fuck her, make her feel young.
Alrighty guys, so let me just go ahead and address it off rip. So right now my energies are just a little bit low right now, and it's because I kept waiting to make the story time. Really just because it was just so fresh, and I really wanted to make sure I was like in the clear and this person wasn't going to be like watching this video. Also, I just feel like a little bit down right now, and it's really because if you are subscribed to my channel, or even if you're just new to my channel and you're scrolling around and you're into my story times, you guys will just kind of just see this pattern and this, like, you know, cycle of like psycho men, you know, like just doing like fucked up shit, you know what I'm saying? And I'm very grateful that things has never, you know, made it that far, but it is really like kind of discouraging, like when you're like wanting to date and stuff, because you just feel like one day this person's gonna be perfect and the next day they're gonna be like a completely different person, and they're gonna be psycho, and they're gonna be stalking you, and they're gonna not want you to leave their life. But I'm gonna definitely try to pick my spirits up, and we're gonna try to do this video, and I'm just going to tell you guys what happened. So 2 things before we get into the video. If you like this makeup look here, I will be dropping a video on this makeup tutorial next week, so make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and turn my post notifications on so you can be notified when these videos upload. Also, just a little thing about me, if you are new here, I am Stacy. I go by Team Stacy on my channel. I like to post on Tuesdays, and we call that Team Stacy Tuesdays, and typically I post makeup tutorials, I post vlogs, and I post story times. So if any of those things interest you, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, join the team, and just do it like Nike. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get on with this video. I am going to be looking down because I did write stuff down. There was a lot of things that happened in this situation, and I really want to make sure I tell you guys everything and I don't leave anything out, because at the end of all my story times are morals. I like to give you guys a moral of the story, so if there's another girl like me, she doesn't make a mistake, because I get out of these situations and I'm always saved and God blesses me, but I don't want other girls to be victims of violence. I'm gonna be telling you guys about the time I googled a man, and I googled him too late. We're gonna go ahead and name him Jeffrey. So let me just tell you guys how I met Jeffrey. So one day I was at my friend's house. Her name is Jay. I was at Jay's house, and we were kind of like doing like a business day. So we had like all the girls go over to her house, and everybody was like kind of working on their business. So towards the end of the night, we were just all like chilling, and I was on Instagram, and I saw that this guy that I followed posted Jeffrey. And girl, when I say Jeffrey was so damn fine, girl, like he was literally everything I want in looks, like for a guy, like most of it at least, you know what I'm saying? Like he just had it in the bag. Let me go ahead and paint a picture for you guys. Let me tell you guys what Jeffrey was looking like, girl. So Jeffrey was tall as hell. He was 6'3". He was dark skinned. He had mad tattoos. He was a dreadhead. And he had a very nice smile, like straight teeth, flawless. I loved it. I don't even have straight teeth, but like if I think anybody, like girl or male, straight teeth, ooh, you are blessed. So he was like buff, like you could tell he worked out. He was just like all that, like damn, this man was fine. Side note, this does sound a little creepy, but I have this journal. I like to journal, and in my journal I actually wrote down like all the attributes and like characteristics that I want for like my husband, like my significant other. And I kid you not, I literally noticed it immediately. Jeffrey literally had hit every single thing on the list within the first few hours of me noticing him, or like, you know, talking to him. So I just wanted to mention that. I don't know, it was just kind of crazy, but I wanted to say that because everything that glitters isn't gold, you know what I'm saying? So definitely keep that in mind. Like sometimes you will be presented with something that is so tempting and something that you know you want, but it could be so dangerous for you, and it could really like kind of just fuck your life up. So what I did is I went ahead and I followed him. So, you know, one thing about Team Stacy is I'm not scared to shoot my shot. Like, especially if I feel like I could bag you, I will shoot my shot. So I did go ahead and hit him up. I slid in his DMs and I just sent him like some heart eyes, like, if y'all want a video on how to, like, you know, shoot your shot, you know, how to da-da-da-da, I got you. But y'all could definitely ask me down below. He had posted a picture and I sent like his picture back to him and I put a fire sign and he was like, no, that's you, beautiful, da-da-da-da. And anytime they respond like that, you're in there like somewhere. So we started like DMing each other and he was just telling me how pretty I was, and you know, I was just eating it up. I was just like, yeah, you know, even out. We were just DMing each other and everything was like going pretty well. We were just like really flirty. So very quickly though, I did notice that he asked for my number and he was like, I don't really do this DM stuff, so like you should just give me your number. And I was like, damn, I don't really get my number out, but shit, you know, let me go ahead and like just try things. So I ended up giving him my number. And instantly when he got my number, typically someone's gonna text you and be like, hey, it's so-and-so. But he FaceTimed me. And mind you, I was at Jay's house, so I couldn't pick up the phone. So I was just like, you know, I'm gonna call you later when I get back home. We can, you know, talk. So fast forward, I ended up going home and Jeffrey FaceTimed me. And we were on FaceTime for hours. When I say the conversation was so fluid, it was just like, it was honestly pretty amazing. Like, it was like he knew me already. Like, we knew each other. And honestly, now that I think about it, like, that's actually kind of creepy, and you're gonna understand, everything's gonna make sense. So I really want you to pause and think about what I just said. The fact that right when we talked on the phone, it was like he knew me. We're on FaceTime and we're talking about all the right things. Me, I'm a talker. If anyone knows me, I like to talk. So, you know, first we're talking about this, that, and the third, and then, you know, it starts getting later at night. We literally were on the phone for hours, and once it started getting late, I started talking about deep stuff, and I want to see if he can keep up. So I'm talking about aliens, I'm talking about, you know, religion, I'm talking about slavery, I'm talking about all the things that be running in my mind. And he was keeping the fuck up, girl. Like, he was keeping up. So I was like, okay. One thing that I did, he did kind of explain to me is that he was an atheist. And I was just like, okay, like, you know, one thing about me, I am a Christian, but I don't knock anybody for their beliefs. At the end of the day, you are your own person. You have, you know, you've had your own life experiences, and, you know, you're old enough to make a decision and choose whatever fits you. So like I said, I did not judge him about being atheist. I just let that, you know, be. But what I didn't really respect was the fact that when I told him, you know, that's fine, like, you know, you have your own beliefs, I didn't go ahead and try to convert you into Christianity, but I just felt like days after that, he would like kind of send me videos to kind of like disprove Jesus and disprove God and why this is not real and why this is a lie and this and that and the third. And I'm all about like educating myself, but at the same time, I just feel like it was kind of fucked up. Like, let me believe what I believe in, you know what I'm saying? Let me believe in what I believe in and you believe in what you believe in, and let's leave that there. I just didn't really like that, and I expressed that to him within like the second or third day. I told him, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I really don't like that you send these videos to me. Like, he would literally send me links to videos to watch, and I was just like, nah. I do respect that. Right when I told him I did not like that, he literally stopped and he never sent me one of those videos again. So fast forward, after like a week or two of talking, I started to realize not only did he like scratch off everything on my list that I liked, like that I wanted in like a significant other, but we also had a lot of things in common. And one of the major things that we had in common was YouTube. He said that he was a YouTuber, and I was like, oh my God, like that is so crazy. I'm a YouTuber too. So after about like 2.5, maybe 3 weeks of us talking, that's when he started like pressing me to link. And I wasn't like too opposed to it, because at the end of the day, I felt like things was going very fast between us. From the first day all the way to like 3 weeks later, we would talk every day. We would never miss a beat. We would FaceTime more than once a day, like literally almost all day we'll be on FaceTime. So he, at the time, he had his own place, so he was like, you know, you can come back to my place. And what I liked that he wanted to do was, he didn't want to just like chill or anything like that. He was like, you can come back to my place and we can both like work on content creation for the next month for our YouTube channel. It's like, content creation? You are literally speaking my language. You know, closer and closer to the days. So let's say like it was a Tuesday, but he was like, okay, so I want you to come over Saturday for content creation. So I was like, okay, cool. Closer and closer to the day, I don't know what happened, but all I do remember is I literally had this gut feeling that I didn't want to go by myself. For some reason, I just did not want to go by myself. I did not want to link him. I usually don't do that in general. Like, typically, if I'm linking with someone for the first time, it's gonna be in public. It's gonna be like, we're going to dinner, we're going to the movies, we're going out to eat, whatever. So I think, and I thought that's kind of why I had those like jitters, like, oh, I don't think I want to go to his house. Like, we can do content creation, but not at your house. So I want to say about like on a Thursday night, I told him, I was like, you know, is it okay if I like bring a friend, like when we link? Like, I don't know if you're cool with that. And he was just like, oh yeah, that's fine, like, don't worry about it. And then all of a sudden, the location we were supposed to link at changes, like, and at the time I didn't think of it as a red flag because he ended up like explaining what it was, but in hindsight it's actually a little creepy. He was like, you know what, my roommate ended up telling me he's not going to work that day, and he's a very noisy person, and I just feel like we're not going to get any work done, so we can go to like my mom's house, like if you want, like you and your friend can come to my mom's house. And I was just like, okay, like, you know, being fucking dumb. So anyway, Saturday ended up coming, and I ended up getting dressed and looking like a bad bitch. So I ended up bringing my friend. So we get there, and when he opened the door, girl, my heart was like, he was so freaking fine. Like, he was already fine on Instagram, already fine on FaceTime, but in person, it was just like, damn, like, you look freaking good. I ended up coming inside, and me and my friend, she was actually working on her business as well. And the first thing that I kind of peeped was, he told me he was like an established YouTuber, like, but why when he opened up his laptop, it was like starting a channel. Like, he had no videos on there. He had like 2 subscribers, and I was just like I was just a little confused. So I asked him, I'm like, I thought you said you had a channel. And he was like, well, you know, I just wanted to start a channel, and I wanted you to help me. And I just felt a little embarrassed because you have like a way bigger following than me. And I just kind of feel like I peeped bullshit at that point, because it was just like, no, like, it's not like you just told me like, oh yeah, I have a channel, and like, yeah, we should do content creation. Like, you literally went into detail with, you know, what videos you do on your channel, and, you know, like, content creation. Like, you knew what you were talking about, you know what I'm saying? So I was just very, very confused. After that, I was like really ready to go, and like, it was like such a small kind of thing, but in a way it was like kind of big to me, so I was just ready to go, to be honest. So after the link, we ended up leaving, and you know, even I feel like a lot of the things that was like kind of red flags were being like not really paid attention to, because he was so fine. Because even when we left, like, the girl I came with, she was like, girl, period, like, he is fine as fuck. So no one like even peeped anything too off about him, besides him like lying about the YouTube channel. Everything else was like pretty cool. Around this time, I was into fitness, so I was working out a lot, and he would work out too, but we went to completely different gyms. I go to Planet Fitness, and he would go to LA Fitness. So, you know, we would like I told you guys, we would FaceTime all the time. So when he would be going to the gym, I would be like on the phone with him, and I'm at the gym and I'm on the phone with him. One day I decided that I wasn't gonna go to the gym, and I didn't go for like 2 days in a row, and it was just the most creepiest thing, and it was just so creepy. Literally, I see him, and if you know what Planet Fitness gym look like, you know, like, it's very distinctive. It has purple and yellow. That is their branding colors. So that is nowhere near what LA Fitness looks like. He FaceTimed me when he was in the gym, and I saw the yellow and the purple like machines and stuff. I didn't even say anything. I was just like looking, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, since when does he go to Planet Fitness? Like, since when, like, is this his gym? And I kid you not, if any of you guys go to Planet Fitness, at least down in South Florida, every Planet Fitness has this thing. They have like a wall, the entrance wall, and it literally says what city it is. So if you are in Doral, it's gonna say Doral, Florida, you know what I'm saying? North Miami is gonna say North Miami, Florida. Like, it literally has a sign to say what location gym you're at. Why were we on FaceTime? And I'm literally just looking, and I'm like, when is he going to Planet Fitness? And I kid you not, and literally at the back, I literally saw my gym. I literally saw the city that I live in on the wall, And I was so freaked out. I didn't even tell him I peeped that. I was just like, mind you, he lives 30 minutes away from me. Let's say that I live in North Miami. He lives in Northern Broward County. Like, that's just an example. You know what I'm saying? He lives 30 minutes away from me. So there's Planet Fitnesses like every fucking 5 miles. So there's no reason why you are 30 minutes out from the gym that you don't even go to. It's not like, oh, you just went to a different Planet Fitness today. You don't even go to that gym and you're at my gym. Like, I thought that was so freaking crazy. And stuff just started to like click for me at that point. I was just like, something is not right here. Something is off. First of all, you're too perfect. And now you're doing creepy stuff. Now you're telling me that you know, have a YouTube channel and I get in your face and you really never had one. You know, we're on the phone and for some reason, at first it felt like, oh my God, he knows me so well. Like, we're perfectly, you know, matched and stuff like that. But then now that I really think about it, did you really know me? Or like, did you like, are you doing research on me? Like, are you figuring me out? You know what I'm saying? Literally, we went from talking every single day and I literally took a humongous step back and I had to like reanalyze the situation. He kind of noticed it because he'd be like, damn, like, I ain't really talked to you today. And I'm just like, yeah, like, I don't know. I've just been, you know, I've been dealing with a lot of stuff lately. I literally don't know what it was. But one thing about me is I Google every guy that I talk to. If I talk to you, I usually Google you. And I think what it is about that is typically I talk to a lot of like D-boys. I ain't gonna lie, I used to talk to like a lot of D-boys and stuff. So I would like Google them because I don't know, like, I just want to see, like, you know, I just saw your mugshot. I don't know. I went to Google this man and what I saw was really shocking. It wasn't just like, oh, a mugshot. It was actually like a news story. Like, and I was just like, wait, what? I clicked an article and I kid you guys not, it had a picture of him, so I wasn't even wrong. I knew it was him. And it literally said that he was currently on probation and he wouldn't get off probation until like 2020, I think like what, 2023. He wouldn't get off probation until 2023 and he was on probation because he stalked a girl for months. He ended up attacking her physically. So he stalked her for months and he attacked her physically. And in the article there was like a statement from the victim and she literally was saying how he lured her in. Like, she was attracted to him and he lured her in and he pretended like he was into art because she was like and there was just certain things that was mentioned in the article that the victim said, and I was just like, it resonated with me because I felt like that's what he was doing to me. When she said that he was into art and she realized it was just a way to lure her in, I realized that random gut feeling of me wanting to invite my friend was really just like my intuition telling me something could go wrong here. And the fact that when I decided to invite my friend, the location changed on where we were going to link at. And then after the location change of where we're going to link at, you told me you were an established YouTuber and now we're sitting here and you don't even have a channel that's active. It really started to make me feel like, okay, like, I feel like he's trying to do that to me. Then we noticed that you're going to the same gym as me. I literally saw the city that I live in that resides 30 minutes away from you on the wall on a FaceTime call. These are things that I'm seeing with my own eyes, and I'm looking at this article and I'm so shook up. I was so shook up, and it was just so crazy to me. So mind you, we're probably like about 2 months in, 2 months, almost a half now of talking. And I kid you not, I literally had to pull away. I was like, oh my God, like, how do I can't just, I just felt like I was in too deep to like just vanish, you know what I'm saying? but at the same time, I didn't know I needed to get out of the situation, and I was so freaking scared. It could have been just paranoid, but I just feel like he was on to me. Like, he was on to me being on to him. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just so freaking creepy, girl. And when I tell you, like, what ended up happening was, he would like still FaceTime me every day, and like I would like kind of miss the calls, and he would start like texting me like, what's up with you? Like, why are you pulling away? Like, what did I do? What did I say? And I sound really dumb here, but I start to feel bad in a way, because I'm just like, well, maybe, you know, his roommate was really noisy and that's why he changed the location, and maybe he really was embarrassed and that's why he really never had a YouTube channel to begin with, and maybe he coincidentally just wanted to try out Planet Fitness and it ended up being in my city, like reaching. But I started to feel really bad because I felt like I did this like invasive search on this person, and it's like, personally, it's like for my safety, that's why I do these searches, but at the same time, it's kind of like, it is a little invasive, you know. You didn't give allow the person time to explain anything to you, but I just felt like, I feel like that should have been explained to me. And it started to become apparent to me that he just wasn't getting the hint, and I just feel like, it sounds bad, and if you watch any of my YouTube videos and my story times, you guys, like, some people kind of comment and they're like, oh, you're too nice, like I would have did this, I would have said that, I would have did this. And it's like, yeah, I understand that, but at the same time, some people have to understand that people will kill you, people will hurt you. Like, saying no is not just like, okay, I said no and he leaves me alone. Life sometimes isn't like that. People can become very aggressive when you say no to them, and I feel like that's what's always like kind of freaked me out with telling men no. So it was like, I was nicely trying to pull away and try to make it seem like maybe we're not compatible anymore. Oh, I have too much going on. I was trying to find all these like little white and soft like little lies to kind of say to like excuse me from the situation. And it was like he wasn't taking that for an answer. Every freaking issue I had, he tried to have a solution for it. I kid you not, this went on like for like I want to say 2 more weeks, 3 more weeks of like me trying to pull away and him pushing up on me and trying to like, you know, when we're gonna link, when we're gonna hang out, and I'm just like, no. Finally, I just started to get a little frustrated, because what ended up happening with me is, at first I am very nice when I do stuff like that, when I'm trying to like, you know, cut someone off. But if I feel like you are kind of annoying me now, like I feel like you're not letting me leave, like at this point I start getting a little aggressive. I start having to get a little bit more rude, and I got a little slick with him. I'm like, bro, like, can you just like chill out? Like you're doing too much. I literally told him that in the exact same way, and he got so fucking upset when I said that. He cussed me out from A to fucking Z. Who the fuck you think you talking to? I'm a real ass nigga. Like, he just blew up like completely, as fucking expected. But he literally just snapped and blew up, and I was like, yeah, he's fucking crazy. Like, so I used that argument of him yelling at me like that to leave, and I told him, which is very true, but I was like, I don't let nobody talk to me like that. Like, you're not gonna talk to me like that, because I kept it respectful of, yes, I probably said something that was a little bit more harsh, but I kept it respectful, and you literally cussed me out like I was some dog. Like, I didn't like that. And he was like, no, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. And I literally was like, no. And for about 2 weeks after that, he kept applying pressure. I'm sorry, are you seriously gonna cut me off just from one thing? Blah 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 blah. He was just going in it, and I was just like, really like, bro, I need this man to leave me alone. I do not want this man to like pop up on me. I stopped going to the gym at this point. I would not do anything without another person with me. I was so freaking scared. And finally, what I noticed was he started to like slow down on like texting me and FaceTiming me and calling me and trying to get to me. And I realized I had watched his story on Instagram, and I saw he posted a girl, like he was on a date, and I was like, that's why he ended up slowing down, and it ended up it's still slowing down into a complete stop. And I was like, okay. So as you guys know, at the end of all my story times, I have to give you guys a more of the story. Unfortunately, but fortunately, nothing happened to me. He never put his hands on me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't freaking catch him peeping through my window or anything like that. But I do think, you know, I wish I could have did more in that situation. It was nothing for me to be like, oh well, he popped up at my gym, you know, let me call his parole officer and get him in jail. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just knew that he was like a menace to society, and he was a ticking time bomb. The way he exploded, and the way I felt like he violated me and, you know, lured me into his, you know, house and stuff, I just feel like that could have just went completely left, and thank God it didn't. But I just felt like, in a way, I failed, because I feel like it's just gonna be another girl. It's gonna be the next girl. It's gonna be the next girl that gets lured in naturally because he's an attractive person, and he's going to, you know, stalk them, and Lord knows what ends up happening. And I just really feel bad, and I really hope like that doesn't happen. But, you know, I strongly have this feeling like I'm gonna see him on the news or something. It was just crazy. But anyways, the moral of the story really is, everything that glitters is not gold, and really be careful. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, we want love, we want a relationship, we want to be happy, you know, we want a lot of these things, and we should want that, and we do deserve that. But don't let those feelings of wanting that, you know, blur your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, like I feel like I just didn't really notice or pay attention to the fact that, you know, maybe it's not, oh, we're so compatible and he knows me so much. Maybe over this time he's doing his research and he's like filling me out. You know what I'm saying? He's listening to how I speak. Like, it could be so small. Like for me, I'm like, oh my God, we're both YouTubers. Of course he knows I'm a YouTuber. It's in my bio on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? If someone wants to plot on you, it's not that hard, you know, especially in this day and age. Everything's laid out on the table. I'm just so grateful that didn't. I'm so shooken up. Like, that situation really just gets to me. I'm just like so like off of it. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. It's like really scary to me. I just feel like this happened so many times, and this last situation really kind of slowed me down from dating and talking to guys. But yeah, I just really want you guys to understand, everything that glitters isn't gold. And Google people, Google them immediately. Who cares if it's invasive? You know what I'm saying? That's what Google is for. I prefer you being invasive than you being oblivious and being a victim of violence. So that is just definitely what I have to say about that story. I'm so glad that, you know, he ended up leaving me alone, but in a way it is bittersweet, because I know he didn't leave me alone because I freaking said, you need to leave me alone and you're weird. No, he left me alone because he found someone else to toy with. So, you know, I don't know whatever happened to that girl or what happened in that situation, but I really do hope, you know, things end up, you know, he gets better. And, you know, I don't know what ends up happening in his story or his case, but I just pray for any girl that crosses his way, and I pray for their safety. Yeah guys, so that's pretty much the end of this video. I love you guys so much. Please be safe out here. You know, it can get very dangerous out here. There are some really dangerous people. There are people that look like me and you, but they are very dangerous. So definitely, you know, be careful, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day. I'm so over it. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell, like I just feel like so shooken up. Like I feel like I'm in a daze right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just, you know, call it a day. I love you guys so much. If you guys want more story times from me, more content like this, go ahead and comment that down below. If you made it to this point of the video, go ahead and comment a fire sign that you guys made it all the way to the end of this video. I love you guys so much, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. So make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, join the team, and just do it like Nike, turn my post notifications on, like this video if you like this video. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.